Hello, everybody. This is the first live episode of the Gadget Game Podcast.
Woo!
I'm joined here with the one and only Eldon. How are you doing today, bud?
I am okay. I appear to be having some technical difficulties.
No, that's usually how these things go. Having your coffee this morning?
I am. It's made for my Keurig.
Excellent. So
Needed a bit of
what's that?
a pick me up.
Oh yeah, tell me about it. So this is the live first episode. Pretty exciting. There's a lot of things to talk about. Let's start with maybe last week things that were going on. They had the Video Game Awards, which was awesome. And there was also the PlayStation live event, what's it called here? The PlayStation Experience. So that's pretty cool stuff that happened, and lots of fun news from there. So maybe we'll just start with that.
Alrighty.
So yeah, the the Video Game Awards had a new format this year. They changed it, which was nice because the last year it was really awkward, and they had like a lot of bro jokes. It seems like just overall the whole format has just grown up quite a bit, which is nice. And Jeff Keighley was the host, and he like organized everything on it, and I was just really surprised. Like it was quite a good event. I was pretty excited. I was squealing a lot of times, must admit. Yeah, it was like
sadly was working.
oh, it was like my Oscars. It was the best 3 hours.
I did not get to see it, which was very sad.
That is disappointing. But they kicked it off really nice too. They had Koji Kondo there. He was the composer from Mario Bros. and Zelda, The Legend of Zelda. So he did all the original music, and he was there playing some piano. It's awesome. And it was really good. They had a lot of views, like up 97% from last year. It was streamed over Twitch, over the YouTube. It was on everywhere. It was pretty much shown everywhere, which is awesome. There was a lot of good things going on there. Nintendo started off the show showing some of their Mario Maker. That's the part where I started to squeal. Like my daughter was actually laughing at me because I was so excited.
That's great though.
Yeah, it looks really neat too. They showed it off at E3 before, but when they showed it off at E3, you could only see two options to change things. You could do it like the old school Mario Brothers from the NES, or you could do it as the new Super Mario Bros. From the Wii U. This time they actually added the ability to do Mario Brothers 3 and Super Mario Brothers World, which was awesome because those are two of the best Mario games, hands down.
Yeah.
So you just create levels in there, and the levels they create are so insane. Like, it's going to be amazing what people can do with online functionality with this. Like, you're going to be able to share levels, create levels. It's going to be amazing. Seriously, I can't wait. Like, this is like the most exciting thing for me is next year, Mario Maker. It looks just like Mario Paint, but like for the new generation. It's awesome.
Cool. That should be really exciting then.
Yeah, and it marks the 30th anniversary of Super Mario Bros. On the NES too, which is nice.
Which is awesome. I should play some of that later.
Yep.
If I get the chance.
So what have you been playing lately?
I have been throwing up Smash Bros. For the DS, but my DS doesn't work anymore, so I can't play it, and I'm so upset. Thank God Christmas is right around the corner.
That's right.
I've been going a little hard
Yes.
with the Mario Kart and other things.
Oh, you got two of them.
This one.
One to keep in the box?
Yeah. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to find the rare ones too.
Yeah.
Hard to find. Wii Fit Trainer, Marth, and the Villager, right? So hard to find. They're going for thousands of dollars on eBay right now, which is
crazy.
Disgusting. It is crazy. It is crazy. The nice thing about them, though, is that you can use them also with Hyrule Warriors. Some of them, not all of them. Mario Kart 8. You basically just bring their skins up, and you can race your Mii character that you created for your profile in Mario Kart 8. And with Star Fox, which was really cool, this was awesome. The helmet that your Mii wears has little fox ears,
Nice.
which is so cool. It was great.
Closest thing to a Star Fox we'll get for a little bit, anyways.
Yeah,
That's
pretty
awesome.
cool. Pretty
Yeah, I was
cool.
going crazy with those amiibos actually because I bought a bunch of them when they first came out, and I saw that
Yeah.
Refit Trainer was there and Marth, and I was like, oh yeah, I should get those, but I don't care about those characters too much. And then
You
I'm like,
should
I'll
have
get it
grabbed
later.
them, Anthony. You should
I
have
know,
grabbed them.
I know. I'm kicking myself now. I do have the
Oh
Villager, which is
man.
nice though. So,
Yeah, that's
but
good. That's good. I'm glad that you grabbed that.
but yeah, because I saw them and I was gonna order them like two times, and I'm just like, meh, it'll be there forever. And then Nintendo announced, oh yeah, some of them are gonna be limited, and then all of a sudden everybody buys all of them.
Yeah. Did you hear about the rare Samus figurine that was out there?
Yeah, with the two cannons.
The double cannon?
Yeah,
Yeah. $500,000 online.
that's crazy. It's
Yeah.
nuts.
Yeah.
I was talking to the guy at our local Target here, and he was like, I went to go see if they had any of the new figures. I wanted to get Little Mac and Diddy Kong,
Yep.
and he's like, nope, someone came here last night and bought the whole freaking supply of them, like all the Little Macs and
Wow.
Diddy Kongs. Yeah, which makes me really
I
good.
I actually have a little Mac and a Diddy Kong.
Nice.
Yeah.
I mean, I was so mad I couldn't get them because I saw them on Wednesday, which was earlier than they were supposed to be out because I was doing a little
Yep.
Christmas shopping. And I'm like,
Yep.
oh yeah, that'll be fine, whatever. They're not even out yet, so that's cool. And then I just passed
Yeah.
them by, trying to save some money. And then I was like, and then yeah, 2 days later, I'm
Now
like,
you're kicking
hey,
yourself.
yeah, now I'm kicking myself.
Yeah.
It stresses me out. Like I don't even want one to sell. I just want them to have complete the collection, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's what I'm trying to do too. Grab
And
them
now
all in the collection.
Diddy Kong's $100 if you buy it on Amazon.ca.
Yep. He was still at the EB Games in City Center Mall. Uh, they only had one left, and they put him on hold for a guy who was
Nice.
going to come in and buy him. But
Mm,
he also was coming in to buy like six other video games, which is the only reason why they put it on hold for the guy.
yeah. Oh man, I'm so mad about that. I really want those characters. I'll find them.
Yeah, well, it's going to be tough to come by them. I'm sure Nintendo will probably do the right thing
Mm.
and produce more.
I think they will.
Um, them
Sometimes you
having
almost,
such a limited quantity, I don't know. I think they'll probably make more.
I think so too. I think they even do this maybe as a little bit on purpose to kind of make
Christmas,
some fake demand for it, you know? Yeah.
exactly. They've done that before
Hmm.
with like the N64. They said they were only going to make so many,
Yeah.
and then they just kept producing them.
Exactly.
So
And Nintendo's is known for having multiple iterations of different
yeah,
products. So I'm sure
exactly.
they'll
They
eventually
said they
come
were going
back.
to stop making the 3DS XL, and instead they just made different versions of it. They made
The NES
like
themed one, you should buy that one.
the NES themed one. They have the Pokemon themed ones. They have the Mario Kart 7 themed ones.
Yeah, they have the
Like they
Smash
still
Bros.
made them. They just weren't just plain colors.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, I hope they
Um,
I hope they make some more amiibos, that's for sure.
I hope they do too. I really hope they do because those people that are trying to sell them online for thousands of dollars are just gonna get
Yeah.
laughed at when they can just go down to like Target or London Drugs or somewhere and buy them, right?
Yeah. I actually went to Best Buy because I was looking online and they showed that they had Little Mac and Diddy Kong in
Yeah,
stock, and they were the only Best Buy on the list that showed it in our city. So I was like, okay,
yeah.
I'm going. I went there at 8:30 at night 2 days ago.
Wow.
I rushed there. It's like a 27-minute drive to where it was going, and yeah, they closed at 9. And I rushed there, got there,
Yeah,
and I'm like, "Do you guys have these?" And the guy's like, "Yeah, I'll get it from the back for you." And I was like, "Oh, thank God."
yeah.
Then he was in
He
there
comes
for
out and
10
they don't have
minutes,
them.
comes out, and he's like, "Well, we had them yesterday." I'm like, "Fuck." Well, yesterday they weren't $100 on online, so that's why you had them yesterday.
Yeah, exactly. Because they're
I'm
like
still
they're
mad.
$13.99. Like,
I know it's 13.99, not freaking thousands of dollars, hundreds of
not
dollars.
99.99, thirteen
Yeah,
ninety nine.
exactly.
Um, so you had mentioned that they were taking a look at the Metal Gear Online.
Yes.
Yeah,
Uh,
tell me about that because that was kind of exciting.
yeah, that was really exciting. So what they showed is they're showing the online component for Metal Gear. and it starts with Snake and like a team. They were able to cycle through different uniforms, kind of like a camouflage type
All
of
right.
thing. And then Snake with three or four other guys, I can't remember. They kind of did like a team raid against this other team.
Okay.
From the looks of the trailer that they showed, it was like it looks like they were playing like AI NPCs, but I'm hoping that that would just be like a versus kind of battle with a bunch of people online. I don't see why it wouldn't be, but still
Yeah.
very early in the stages of development. But yeah, it looked amazing. They showed Snake doing some. He had like this random stealth suit where he turns invisible, and they had like these mini Metal Gear things walking through. It was really
Yeah.
awesome. So he went invisible, was here, snuck underneath, took the guy out who was on the little mini Metal Gear Rex, and then jumped in there and
Yeah.
started using it. It was awesome. It was crazy.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, I can't wait till that comes out. So
It sounds really exciting. It really
yeah,
does.
the studio handling that is Kojima Productions from LA. So that's the US
Okay.
their US team. So I don't know when that it's supposed to be coming out this year as well. I think it's just the online component connected to Phantom Pain, which I can't wait to play that game as well. Crazy.
I've heard interesting things about it. I'm not sure if it's something I might pick up,
Yeah.
but I've never been a major fan of Metal Gear because there really was no online component to it, and now that there is, I might actually go in for it.
Yeah. That would be yeah, it looks awesome. It just looks really well. And the thing I like about this new series of Metal Gear is that it actually controls like a real game. Like Metal Gear has always had a little bit of wonky controls, and controls have just come so far since back in the day. And it's nice that they've updated it. You could tell with Ground Zeroes, so it's much easier to control,
Yeah.
much more
Well,
like a
that's
modern
good.
day shooter. So yeah, another thing that was pretty interesting about the Game Awards is that for Shooter of the Year, Far Cry 4 beat out Call of Duty, so that was pretty neat. Uh,
Yes,
it's awesome to
which
see.
not a big surprise, honestly.
Hmm.
COD has been dropping the ball a lot lately.
Yeah, it's too much of the same over and over and over again. We're getting tired of the annual
Yeah,
franchise.
doesn't really change at all. The dynamics are all the same. They just changed the plot line around a little bit.
Yeah,
Um, it would be interesting to see them do like a future war kind of thing, but that might be breaching a little too sci-fi for those guys.
yeah,
But they need to take it to a different level, you know?
yeah. No, it looked. It's pretty sweet that Far Cry 4 won Game of the Year or Shooter of the
Yeah,
Year.
which is exciting because a lot of people are into the Far Cry over the Call of Duty,
Hmm.
and it all around. I mean, it looks like a much better laid out game than
Yeah,
what COD is.
and there's much more to it. Like with Call of Duty, it's just kind of point A to point B, B-rated action movie. Far Cry actually seems like it has a bit of
Yeah,
a story, more open world, more things to do. Kind of allows you to do whatever you want to do as well. So lots of side
yeah,
quests.
which is good.
Yeah,
Which is good. You don't get a lot of that in Call of Duty, like ever. Everyone pretty much just goes on to play multiplayer and try and
yeah,
like
exactly.
be the best, and
Yeah,
pick on everyone else who's a bit of a noob who maybe has never played the game before,
yeah,
and then people stop playing, and they move to games like Far Cry 4
yeah.
because the people who play on COD are jerks.
Yeah. When I bought Call of Duty this year, I popped it in and I started to play, and I'm like, you know what? I don't even really want to play it right now. Like, I'm just so tired of those types of games. Yeah.
Yeah,
But yeah, so No Man's Sky was shown there again too. That looks
yeah.
amazing. It looks
I've
simply
seen the trailers for it.
it looks so unique. The colors in there, they're just so vibrant. It looks like almost like a retro sci-fi type of experience playing it
Which
as a
looks
game.
really
So you just go
enticing.
to
Like I think I would rather play something like that than
yeah,
like those standard, flight-ish sim sort of games.
yeah. Yeah, it's got the best of both worlds. You can kind of fly around, get into dogfights in the air. You can park into random planets and see like all types of weird creatures and different alien life forms, and
Which is
it just looks
which
so
is really
unique.
cool. I mean,
Yeah,
that's kind of like something that you figured maybe they would have done in like a Star Wars game or something. Fly to other
yeah,
planets, go explore it, do this, do that. They
yeah.
never touched it. It's kind of
Well,
nice to see a game that has a sci-fi aspect to it that is doing that, which is
yep.
great.
And the best thing is like it's such a small team that's doing the development too, and the guy was up there and he seems so humble, like he just seems so happy to be there, and it's just a nice change from these like some of these AAA blockbuster games that we're seeing these days. So,
Yeah, like the guys like Ubisoft or Sony making those games and things like they're just like, oh yeah, okay, cool, thanks, bye bye.
yeah, and then they hype it all up, you know, they build the hype, and then they ship a game that's not finished.
Yeah.
That's happening so often now, like broken games, games that have too many glitches.
Yep,
It's
you have
just
to like update the game, and it takes 20 to 30 minutes to update the game, and you just bought it, and there's already an update out, and it was just released. You're like, really?
exactly.
The game wasn't finished enough where I can just pop in the disc and play the game? Like, come on.
I know. It's horrible, and it's becoming like a more thing happening all the time, which is not good. But
Yeah,
moving on, let's see here. Got my
it's,
little list of things.
Nintendo won for Mario Kart 8.
Yes, they did.
Super Smash, I'm assuming, won Best Fighter as well.
Yeah, Super Smash won Best Fighter. Mario Kart 8 won Sports Game of the Year, Sports slash Racer Title of the Year, which is fantastic because
Fantastic.
those games are so complete. Like talk about us talking about like incomplete games. There you go, got the amiibos. Good
Yeah.
job. But yeah, the game is just fantastic. Smash surprised me because I'm not a big Smash fan in the
Yeah.
past. Like fighting games are fine. Just fighting games in general, they kind of bore me. But being a big Nintendo fan, always liked the Nintendo franchises. But Smash has so much content, and I got
There
it on the
is. There's so
3DS.
much stuff. It's wicked. Went to a bit of a Christmas party, playing some of the like the Smash Run mode.
Yeah,
That is awesome.
I know it's so insane. Actually, I prefer that mode to the equivalent type of mode they put on the Wii U, which is more like a board game type of setup. I
Yeah,
actually like the Smash Run much more than that.
yeah. It's the one that is on the Wii U version is definitely a little Mario Party-ish for me.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's a hardier console, though I do love the fact that with the version on the DS, you can actually take it with you in your
Yep.
DS and you can fight other people on your way to work.
Yep. That's awesome.
Which is awesome.
Get a
Awesome.
battle
Love
going on
that
the
fact.
screen.
Very exciting. You said there was an indie game that won for best indie.
Oh man, Shovel Knight. Shovel Knight is insane. It's such a great game. They like when it first came out, it came out only on the 3DS and the Wii U, and that's kind of where it's at right now. It is coming to
Yeah.
other devices, coming to PC. It's also coming to PlayStation for the Wii, for the Vita, and the PS4, which is awesome. The
Cool.
game is fantastic. It's like if you took DuckTales, Mega Man, Mario, mixed them all in a pot and took like the best parts of them and just threw them out into a game with awesome music,
Yeah.
awesome levels. Oh, it's fantastic. I played that game
So,
when it came out and I didn't stop until it was done. Like, awesome.
all right. So, Shovel Knight kind of makes me think of something like Minecraft or, something like that. Is it like that? I haven't
No,
really seen much on it.
I'd say to compare it to the easiest comparison would be like Mega Man. It's like a Mega
Okay.
Man type of game, but you jump around on your shovel. I don't know, it's awesome. And the music is fantastic. Like it's got a world map kind of like Mario
Well,
3 did.
indie games usually do have the best music.
Oh man, they're
They
great.
really do.
And it's just so awesome that this like these guys they thought, you know what, this is a Nintendo looking game. It needs to be on a Nintendo system first. They brought it
Yep.
out for the Wii U, they brought it out for the 3DS. It made so much money on there. I bought it twice on the 3DS and on the Wii U because I
I
wanted to
may
have it.
I may just grab it for the 3DS and see where it goes from there because I definitely need more handheld games to play.
Yeah, and nice for the commute to work in the morning, that's for sure.
It would be absolutely.
Yeah,
Um,
fantastic game.
let's skip over the next one and talk about that later.
Sure.
Um, Zelda Wii U.
Oh boy.
What's going on there?
So during the whole award ceremony, they hyped it up that they got a big surprise, big secret to unleash for Nintendo right at the end of the show, and then they showed off the Zelda for Wii U, and
So the trailer that everyone has seen by now.
yeah, it wasn't a trailer. It was more like a gameplay like demo, but they had the way they showed it off was kind of I don't know. That kind of pissed me off. It was too much build up and really uneventful.
Okay.
They showed it kind of
So
off
all
screen.
the hype and really no product.
Yeah, like the game itself looked awesome. Don't get me wrong, but the way they showed it off was just not the way they should have. So what they did, they kind of had a TV here. They had two guys. They had Miyamoto and can't remember his name right now. The guy who creates The Legend of Zelda all the time, the producer, and they were just playing
Yeah.
it, counting back and forth, and it looked great. But this you couldn't really tell how beautiful the world looked because it was just on a screen, and they were just videotaping, showing something that they had recorded previously. But yeah, they showed it. It looks great. You can ride the horse to get to different places in the world. The horse won't
Whoa, whoa,
bump
whoa.
into anything.
The horse is the horse not Epona in this game as
Yes,
well?
yes, it is. It is. Yeah,
Thank you.
stand
Thank
corrected.
you.
Correct. Yes, I should use his name. But yeah, so you ride the horse and
She has feelings, okay? She has feelings.
yeah, and you can jump off and kind of shoot arrows in slow motion, which is pretty sweet. And
That's pretty cool.
it'll ride without hitting trees, so you don't really have to steer too much. So you can give yourself time to aim with the arrows, which is
That's
nice.
exciting.
Yeah, it looks really good. But just the way they
It
showed it
sounds
off.
pretty solid. It really does.
Yeah, I just wish they would have showed it off better. Like in this, like all the other games were getting full HD trailers. You could see full screen, and then we get a little gameplay demo. It just seemed like the wrong event to kind of do that kind of thing there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's not the worst thing in the world.
yeah, but don't get me wrong. Like I'm super excited for it. Like it looks
Yeah.
amazing, and the map they showed like one corner of the map, and it looked huge. So it's going to be just a huge open world game, which is what we all want.
So a bit of a Skyrim-ish feel then with the
Yeah.
open world.
Totally, it looks like a Skyrim with like brighter colors. That's exactly
That's
what it
fantastic. Well,
Yeah.
Nintendo's all about, delivering that pop of color to really draw you into the games. And I
Yeah.
think all of those Zelda fans who have played it from their childhood all the way up until like the last Link Between Worlds
Which was a
would, I
fantastic
think,
game.
really enjoy this game a lot.
Yeah, the art style that they're using in the new game looks really awesome. It looks very much like an anime,
Now,
almost like it.
does Link look something like this in the new game?
No, looks a little bit different.
Okay, that's
weren't-
good.
They
I
weren't
don't
showing
like
him wearing his
That
green.
version of Link.
Oh yeah,
I don't like that version of him. I feel, I don't know. I'm really hoping that the Wii U Zelda Wii U, whatever it's called,
yeah,
may possibly be the next game of the year, at least for Nintendo.
yeah.
I know it's highly anticipated. I know a lot of people have been waiting for it. I've been waiting for an open world Zelda game for a long time. I'm happy that it's coming.
Yeah, I don't see how it couldn't be. Like, well, I'm biased though. I love everything Nintendo. I'm just gonna say it right now. But yeah, so that was exciting.
It is. It is. So let's move over to. You mentioned the PlayStation Experience. I know that there's a bunch of games coming out. I know that they had that limited edition 20th anniversary PS4.
Yep.
That looks like a PS1, like the original.
Yeah.
PS1, which is exciting.
You're feeling excited?
It's still early. What else was coming?
Yeah, so they had that. They had some Uncharted 4 gameplay, which was amazing. That
Yeah.
game looks insane. The graphics, it looks like you're watching cutscenes the whole way through, even when it's gameplay. And they actually did
Cool.
like a live demo because the guy actually screwed up and fell off the map, and you could tell that it was like still an early build because he kind of fell through
Yeah.
the world. But it was nice to
He just
nice
fell
to know
through,
that
so there was
Right.
like clipping issues.
Yeah, it's nice to know that he was actually playing the game, and it wasn't just a
Yeah,
video demo. So
yeah, that's good. That's very good. I like that they did that. It's
yeah,
fantastic. So you already mentioned that Shovel Knight was coming to the Vita and the PS4 eventually.
yep,
I heard rumors of a Street Fighter game coming. Do you know
yep.
anything?
You betcha. So they had Capcom kind of dropped the ball a little bit and showed a little video quickly a few days before the PlayStation event. It was actually on the Friday, which was the same day as the Video Game Awards. So it's kind of
Yeah.
we are kind of thinking that maybe they were going to show it off then and jump the ball a little bit.
Yeah.
But that wasn't the case. They quickly took it down, obviously, because they weren't ready for it. But it was actually for the PlayStation Experience event, and what they showed off
Oh,
was a stunning-looking trailer, and then at the end of it, it says exclusive to PS4 and PC. So right away, everyone's like,
wow.
"What?" Yeah. So it's just going to be straight exclusive for PlayStation and for PC.
All right. That's
Mhm.
it's a little upsetting. Not gonna lie. I guess I'm gonna have to get my hands on a PS4.
Yep.
Don't like playing those kinds of fighting games on a PC. I can't do it. I don't
Yeah.
want to have the joystick pad laying around. I don't want to use a game controller on my PC. Just not something I want to do.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one. Like, it just doesn't feel right to play a fighting game at all on a PC. Definitely need a controller. Like, not this controller though, because this is for the Xbox One.
I, I apparently am having network issues.
Oh, are you back?
Oh, I might be okay now. I don't know.
That's,
Um,
that's the problem with these live broadcasts.
no, it's too many devices connected to my Wi-Fi.
Yeah, I know. I was actually gonna try to
um,
get a wired connection into my computer before we started this, but I didn't have time.
for whatever reason, it didn't come up on my computer, so I'm actually doing the video from my LG G3 phone. Um,
Nice.
yeah. I don't know why it didn't show up on my computer. I have Hangouts on my computer. It was really strange that it didn't connect. So that
Mhm.
might be why this signal's a little meh. Um, anyway, back to the awesomeness here. Final Fantasy
Yeah.
VII. Now, that is not a remaster, is it? That is just them basically porting it from one system to another, right?
Yeah, so what the internet's calling the greatest troll ever is that they started to announce this game and everyone was getting excited in the room. The whole group was like going crazy, and then everyone's looking and waiting for them to like maybe show like the old graphics and then being like, here it is remastered with new graphics and new whatever and new gameplay and whatever. But then it just keeps continuing that same old looking style game, and you're like, okay, and then you can just see the faces of people just dropping. They're like, okay, this is not a remake. It's just going to be a port, and that's all it
Yeah.
was, is a port of the PC version, which does look nicer than the original PlayStation version, but it's still not what we were hoping for in 2015, right? Like
No,
we
of
expect a
course
little bit
not.
more.
You expect a lot more from them. Like I can't believe that they just kind of dropped off.
Yeah. It's just a quick way to get the game out there, I guess, and for them to make some money. They did announce that it was only going to be $16, which is nice,
Yeah,
but
that's not bad. It's not
yeah.
bad.
But if you look at what Resident Evil remake is doing, the remake, they're bringing out brand new graphics. They're making it
They are.
new, and
Yep.
they're gonna have both control
Um,
styles. And it's only going to be $20.
yep.
So
You can switch between the classic controls and the new controls, which is pretty cool because those
yeah,
people that love those original Resident Evil games are gonna love the fact that they can still use
you're still
the old
locked.
controls that they're already familiar with, and that they don't have to upgrade their gameplay to be able to do it, which is fantastic.
Yeah, and you
I
can.
know
I
I
think
have a
they
couple
said,
friends that are excited.
yeah, I can't wait to play that game. It's gonna be great. I think they said January. That's coming out January, early January, mid January.
Probably like January, February. I always give it like a 2 month whenever they say like, "Oh, it's gonna be out in January."
You
No,
never
let's
know what's
go
gonna get pushed
January,
back.
February, just in case.
Yeah.
You gotta be realistic.
Yeah, so that's exciting. Final Fantasy VII is like literally one of my favorite video games of all times. So I was pretty excited.
I
Again,
really
also
enjoyed it.
also disappointed that it's not going to be a fully up-resed version. It's just going to be a port of the PC version. But what can you do, I guess?
Yeah, I don't know. So down to some other stuff.
Sure.
I heard tell that Sega was possibly getting together with Sony
I think I'm losing you.
or studio to start making movies back.
What's that? Can you say
Am
that
I
again?
am I back?
Yeah, you're back.
Um, so I had heard tell that Sega wanted to make movies.
Yes.
Now I heard rumor that they were possibly getting together with Sony of all of the movie studios to make movies for their video games.
Yeah, and so Sega wants to make some movies out of their older franchises like Altered Beast and Golden Axe, maybe Streets of Rage, which would be pretty sweet in my opinion. But also Nintendo wanted to join up with Sony Pictures, and apparently from one of their leaks that they had, Sony Pictures had a huge leak over the weekend, and all these emails about their plans that got leaked.
Yes. Yep.
So yeah, they're saying that Nintendo and Sony
Yep.
are probably joining up to make an animated Mario movie, which would be pretty interesting. Find it kind of interesting that.
That'd be really cool. I mean, oh, that's that Mario movie, that
Yeah,
live action one.
yeah. Well,
Oh, that hurts. That hurts
yeah.
right here.
Well, I think that's why they're going to go animated for sure. So try to get rid of that stigma that goes behind that movie.
Well, yeah, I mean, everyone. If you say like Nintendo movie, everyone thinks, "Oh God, that terrible like 1980s Mario movie." Really?
Yeah, it's kind of a
Just,
classic.
just so sad. Just so sad. It is. It's not bad because it's childhood, right?
Yeah,
You're gonna.
one of those movies that are just like it's so bad that you kind of like it after a while.
You do, yeah. Especially now that I'm a lot older and I get a lot of the innuendos that are in the movie. Before I never really got it. I was like, haha, that's a funny joke. But now I actually understand more of what they were talking about.
Yeah,
Little little frightening, but it
yeah,
was okay.
yeah.
Um,
Hopefully they don't make it cheap like that.
hopefully not.
Yeah.
Gosh, I hope not.
Well, there's a lot of good animated
um,
kids movies these days. Like Lego Movie, Wreck-It Ralph, things like that. Like they can
yep.
definitely make a charming, good
Oh,
Mario game.
absolutely.
I hope they.
Absolutely.
I hope
It
there's
would
a.
be really nice to see finally, after all of those freaking April Fool's jokes, to
Yeah.
see a Legend of Zelda movie.
I would love Legend of Zelda anime. That'd be amazing.
It would be fantastic. I don't care how it's done, if it's live action or if it's animated. It's
Yeah.
just got to be done well. And now that they're apparently teaming up with Sony to do these movies, there might actually be something good coming, and
Yeah.
hopefully soon.
It could open
Like
a lot of
before I
possibilities.
be
Could open
exciting.
a lot of
Um,
possibilities to be open.
you had also asked me earlier in the podcast
Yeah.
what games I've been playing recently, so I showed you the ones that I was playing on the Wii. Um, I have also for Xbox, because that's our next topic coming up here.
Yeah.
I've been playing Rayman. I
Nice.
don't know how well you can
Rayman
see that
Legends.
right now,
Yep.
but it's quite a bit of fun. I used to play Rayman on the PC back in junior high and high school and everything,
Hmm.
and it was quite a bit of fun. This game definitely has a different dynamic to it, which is a lot of fun. You can actually play co-op up to 4 players, which is exciting.
Nice.
So not a bad game to play at all. And the characters are really neat. Like there's a magic user, there's like a warrior, there's like someone who heals and like all that fun stuff, like your standard co-op games, you
Yep.
know.
Sweet.
Also,
A little Destiny.
Destiny.
Yep. Talk about it. Tell us
not
about
not
Destiny.
too bad. Um, because it's made mostly by Bungie, and this is the one thing that really bothered me. It feels a lot like Halo.
You think so?
It does. It has a very like drop ship enemies fall out of the drop ship. You shoot them down. Um, the Warthog is like your speeder bike that you get in it. So it's kind of it's a very Star Warsy, Halo-ish kind of game.
Mm. But
Kind of. It
there's
has that
some.
feel of it.
Is there RPG elements in it as well? Like I haven't played much of it. I touched on it a little bit, but it's not really my type of game.
There
But
are, yeah. It's someone said to me that they call it a FPS RPG MMO.
oh wow, that's a pretty detailed description.
So they're like, it's a first-person shooter because it is.
Yeah.
It's an RPG because it does have RPG elements to it. You go to a city, you buy new weapons, or you upgrade your gear. There's a vault there that you can drop equipment into, so you can give it to another one of your players, which is pretty cool.
Sweet.
There's money that you collect. There's things that you collect that gives you rewards. So it does have a very RPG feel to it. But then it's also an MMO.
Right.
You connect and you can join a fire team with anybody, complete a mission, and just keep going on with your story. And then, of course, there's DLC out for it already. So,
So I gotta ask you,
pretty
what
well-rounded
level are you
game.
at? What level are you at now?
24.
And what does it
You,
max out
your
right now?
cap, your cap is level 20
Okay.
for your standard level.
Yeah.
And then you start getting light. Bunny ears here. You get light because you're trying to fight the darkness. So what's the best way to fight darkness? Is with light. So basically, you gain light levels. Your gear has like light elements to it.
hmm
The nice thing is having the app on my phone for Destiny because I'm a bit of a nerd. Um, I can check on the progress of it at any time as well. So
Right.
if there's different things that are coming out, like it told me that the DLC was available when the DLC launched. I
Okay.
get updates about different events that are happening in the game, like different raids that you can do, which is kind of cool.
hmm
Um, it's just it's a lot of fun. Once I'm done with the game of the year from Xbox, I definitely intend to play it after, because
Yeah.
once the game of the year is completed, which is going to take quite a while, I'm definitely dropping back into Destiny a little more hardcore than I was.
Awesome.
So I was
So
definitely waiting for the game of the year to to launch, to play, and to mess around with.
speaking of the game of the year, there, bud. So this is one that's pretty dear to your heart. That's the game, Dragon Age. So
Inquisition.
tell me a bit about that game because I haven't really gotten to that one either.
Since the well, Dragon Age on the 360, because that's where it all started. Um, I have been dying to play as a custom-made Canary. In Inquisition, you get to pick 4 races: human, elf, dwarf, and Canary.
Okay.
Um, it it deals with something that they've never touched with. Well, briefly touched on in one of the DLCs for Dragon Age,
Okay.
which made me fall in love with the game more, was temporal magic. So magic that allows you to control the essence of time,
Sweet.
which is really cool. It's something that has always been kind of spoken of in other genres of games where there's magic or movies where there's magic,
hmm
where it's one of those forbidden types of magic.
Right.
And just the fact that they made a game that was based around that, I instantly got sucked in. Instantly.
Sweet. So
It was great.
what kind of things can you do with being able to control the time? Like, is it just like slowing down time or speeding up
Um,
days, slowing down days? What?
you don't exactly get to do any of that. At least not only 35% way through the game,
Okay.
which is not very much. And
Yeah.
I've played over 14 hours. I think even more than that. I've probably played more than like 20 to 30 hours of that game, and I'm only 30 some percent through. Um, it's you literally have to build up a team of people to help you take on the Elder One, who of course is Dragon
Yeah.
Age. It's got to be a dragon. Um,
Spoilers.
can't wait to see how far I get through. The point where I am, I have an elf mage because I thought that would be the most interesting dynamic because people in the world of Thedas, where the world is based,
Hmm.
um, really don't care much for mages. They also don't care much for elves. So I thought it would give a unique storyline through the long term.
Hmm.
Um, so far, I have been called slave, servant, knife ears, hey you. And then being a mage, people just despise you. They either won't talk to you, or they will be very rude and arrogant towards you. Um, you definitely meet some very interesting characters. You actually get to have Cassandra from Dragon Age 2 on your team. Liliana makes an appearance as well. She's not yet a playable character, but she's pretty badass.
Sweet.
Also, and this is what made me super happy to the point where I got Morrigan came back. I love
And
her from the first game. She was awesome. Her dynamic with Alistair was great. And now in this one, she's back after hearing rumors of her in Dragon Age 2, meeting up with her in some of the DLC from Dragon Age, and then finally getting her to be part of the Inquisition uh, is just amazing.
that's awesome.
I'm just looking at the back cover here as well. Um, it's really freakish how many characters there are that they've literally mentioned from other games.
Yeah.
Sorry, from the other games. Like the Grey Wardens, you get a Grey Warden on your team. You actually get to go to Orlais, um, which you kind of got to do briefly in Dragon Age Origins,
Right.
but you never really got to like wander around Orlais. You never really got to go to any other places in Orlais except for a couple little spots, and it was maybe a 5-minute mission.
Hmm.
Um, the detail is phenomenal. That's another big thing about the game. Um, it's cinematic quality through the whole thing. Your cutscenes and your gameplay identical.
That's awesome.
There's no difference at all, which is great. We do have a couple of videos of Inquisition up on the YouTube channel,
Yep. Check it out.
um, which is just gadgetgame.canada. Was it just Gadget and Game? I can't remember. It's up there. Just search Dragon Age or Halo Master Chief and watch all of our videos.
Yep.
Um, I'm not surprised that this game at all won Game of the Year. It's phenomenal.
And the
It's
best
so
thing
good.
is, it's a homegrown hero here in Edmonton from our good friends at
Yes, it is.
BioWare. It's awesome.
Thank you, BioWare. You guys rock.
Putting Edmonton on the map. That's a neat
Yep,
one.
they did do a lot of the voice work at their studio in Vancouver because
Oh, cool.
the studio here isn't fully developed for that, and it's easier to get celebrities to go to Vancouver to do the voice work. But
Right.
the heart and soul of this game is definitely here at the Edmonton BioWare facility.
That's awesome.
And all the guys there are great too. From the Edmonton Expo, I know there was a few guys that were there this year who were talking about the game. They were super stoked for it. I bet they didn't think that it was going to make Game of the Year. They were
Yeah, I
probably
bet they were
hoping. They were
super.
probably like, if we do this, we're buying a 2-4 and we're going to go and we're going to party. And I bet that they were probably the happiest people on the face of the planet at that night.
That's awesome. Well, I think that kind of wraps up the old podcast here.
I think it did.
Our
Yeah.
first live podcast. Apologize for any pauses or any adjustments we had to make during the podcast.
Any technical difficulties?
Yeah, first one, getting our feet wet here. So hope everybody enjoyed it, and you can rewatch it here on the YouTube channel that you'll see links to below. Awesome.
Excitement. All right. Peace out.
See ya.